right, so anyone want to do stick? Practice more stuff? Gotta go? How you feel? Yeah? Aaron wants to do stick, I can see it. Let me grab something. Okay, my stick today is going to be a slightly shorter one, but that's okay because my other one is further out, and I'd have to go out to my car to get it. Let's actually just do the basic warm-up and talk a little bit about stick, and then we'll work on the form. So this movement that we're doing here, this is sort of the basic. If we have two movements or one movement, this would be the thing. And the reason that this one is so beneficial is it contains a whole bunch of ideas just in this one movement. We're actually doing quite a bit of stuff. Yeah, that's it. You got it. Just practice it. The reason it's so smooth for me is because I've done it a zillion times. But so for Aaron, the name of this movement, of this sliding along the stick, where the hands are sliding this way, is called waba. And so that waba is one of the basic ideas for the BIAN, right? It's the Mandarin for it is it applies to anything. It's like a sliding, but we use that term anytime we do this change. There's another thing that's happening is we have what we call yin and yang grip. And the yin-yang grip means one side is holding and the other side is open. So when I turn this over, once my hands waba slide past each other, one hand grips and the other one stays open as like a rail or a guide, a track on which it can sort of float freely, but it's not going to escape that sort of thing. And we'll see this later come back when we have these kind of movements. We have this hand is gently guiding. It keeps it in place. Because if I just try to hit back this way, I may hit the target, but my stick then is in a different position. Whereas here is very accurate, so we can keep this. So this waba, you can just practice this one. Getting used to the weight, getting used to the diameter, getting used to the feeling of how it turns in particular. You can change to the heavy side on one end and the lighter side on the other end. And so think of this one like the windshield wiper. And there's also, so this one particular exercise can be done sort of two different ways. We just talked about pulling it to the corner, right? Like pulling it to my hip pocket here. But we can also think about just throwing it over the top. If I want to hit my target, I can just throw the thing. I don't want to hit my furniture, right? But maybe if there's a pillow. So there's two actions. Are we throwing it for the transfer when I throw it to hit it this way? Or am I crossing it to pull back out to hit to the corner pocket, right? Like that. So this is, yeah, and actually, Mark, you know what? That should make some of this stuff, the stick that you have should make some of this BIAN easier because it looks like it's the correct shape and it looks like it's turning, like it's pretty lightweight. These sticks should be light enough to the feeling. Yeah, go ahead.
The gel that I use is sticky. It's smoother, so I better. This gel, it's got varnish on it.
Right. So yeah. So the sliding. These are important notes because the sliding action is really important. How fast you can slide it for the iron whip is how quickly and how much more power you can make. So sliding is important for that aspect. And then So then the other one, in addition to the sliding out this way, we have the throw. So the BIAN form is like practicing doing controlled throwing of an object. So it's when I do the first movement, it's almost like I want to throw the stick away, which I just did, right? So, but instead of just throwing it and letting it fly, I actually just want to control the one end. So for like the first movement after the ready stance, when I'm throwing this, I'm actually whipping this other hand and throwing the stick, everything at once. Be careful practicing this in your home, by the way, because if you lose control of the tail end of that stick, it can be an issue. So throwing, the stick, right? And so this first exercise gives us a lot of control. You can practice really throwing it over the top or pulling it out from underneath in the bottom and all of these other sort of different... and so Aaron, try to keep... There's two ways. You can keep the hands wider and turn them to wider this way, or you can keep them closer together and make the pivot happen closer to the center, right? But practice, try to get yin-yang. Almost every posture in this form has yin-yang, where one hand is closed and the other one is open. So practice that kind of change. And then there's another thing too, is instead of the windshield wiper, the sweeper out this way. Same idea is I'm holding on with one end and sweeping with the other end and transferring in the middle. That transfer in the middle is the important part. It's a type of hand-eye coordination that comes with. This is also with a lot of weapons. So for people like Mark, have a special advantage because switching the weapons between hands is just something you get used to with practice. So whether you're doing the sweep, the windshield wiper, or whether you're doing the sweep this way, whatever. Let's do the form. And I'm going to practice going in this direction, and we'll switch it around a little bit. But for people that have experience, you may have questions about something. We can answer that. And we're also going to cover some basic stuff for beginners, for people that are either just tuning in or just starting. So the basic stance is this ready posture. And the ready posture is like a salute in any other Chinese martial arts. To use Tai Chi principles, instead of putting this arm straight, it's round. It has this curvature. And the same with this one. We don't want to thrust it straight down, but we want it to be round. The torso can be straight. And to add detail for the people that are more advanced, you can actually point. So instead of holding this, for the competition, you want to show it vertical, right? I don't want to have it tilted this way. The Chinese value, Zhongding, right? The direct vertical alignment, have it as straight as you can. But when you have an opponent, it's pointing the stick directly at their face is very intimidating. You don't want to do that to the judges in the competition, right? Pointing at them, not exactly the... Yeah, go ahead.
Again, is the heavy end down?
Yes, so that's a great question. In the salute, the heavy end is down, right? So the wider end. And we're going to call that the head and the tail. The wider end being the tail, and the top being the head, right? Just, there'll be different ways. So yeah, we're holding the tail end. And we're not holding it right at the base. For this basic salute, for Aaron, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4. So where the fourth grip is, that's about the proportion, right? Yeah, that's it.
And
the
reason we point the bow in Japanese martial arts because they can't see the length of the staff.
Oh, that's interesting, right? That's actually really, really cool. I know in this one, you can do it as an intimidation. It's definitely someone pointing the stick at you. And yeah, I guess that's cool. They can't. It's tough to gauge. You don't know where it's coming from, right?
They can't judge the length. That's why we do that.
Very cool, right? So the more you know. So here we are. We're in the ready. The ready stance is like a salute, right? Is here, and the next one, ready, is just like putting it across, like if you have a sword, right? Like if you were carrying around this and you have it here, and that hand is in the fourth position. The other hand is about equidistant from the rear of the staff, and it's open. So here already we have a yin-yang palm. And I'm sort of wound. I don't know if you can see my feet are facing this way, but my shoulders turn sideways. I'm still facing here. My body's already wound up, and I'm going to take this rear hand to do the first movement to block. So stepping forward, we have the block. And by the way, the footwork for this one is not fixed, so it's changing. We have block. You can block stepping left. You can block stepping forward. You can block stepping back. The feeling is the right hand is holding, and the left hand, just like we did a second ago with this one, and we did the sweep, it's like a combination. It's like an angled one, and we end up with this block like you're holding a baby, and you have the you're holding the baby right here like this. So we go from salute, winding up with the ready stance, and then this big opening movement. I call it a block. You can open with it as a gambit. It can be a strike. And however we close, my right hand is in front of somewhere in the front, and my left hand is cupped over, holding, like that. But now try to bring this hand in, your lower hand in. That's better, right, yeah. So like it's going across your torso from your hip to your shoulder this way is a good way to think of it. Because the activity is like a cone, like a conical windshield wiper. If we had a helicopter, and on the bottom of the helicopter there's a wiper that goes across the base. So that's the feeling, is we're salute, ready, and then this sweep comes here, and we're closed, right? This shape is a closed shape. That's good. And then from there, we're going to cast. So using the right hand, just like casting a fishing line, we can use the left hand to assist in the throw and then control the stop so that we're casting this thing. So we have salute, ready, block, and then from my feet shooting out for the cast. So these, a lot of these hand tricks, they end up where our hands are sort of together, and by switching them, I think of it like a propeller on a plane, right? As you get this sort of winding motion. And that's where the power, especially if you can control it. You may see people doing this crazy twirling, take their staff. There's a pretty famous martial artist from one of these science fiction movies, and he takes his staff and he does this thing. That's all great, but if you don't have control of it, you can make it turn and do a lot of cool stuff. So in this one, we want to have control. Is here, block. The cast has power but control, and then we're gonna waba. So this is getting into the first sort of, this may be where it gets confusing for Aaron. So let's go back from the beginning. If I'm here and I have my thing, I'm ready, I block, and then when I cast, my left hand is on top of the right. I'm gonna pull the right hand back and leave the left hand in place. So I'm gonna waba here, and then when I step forward, I'm gonna turn the stick up into my elbow. That's right, you got it. So now keep your hands where they are, here, and step back and rewind. Let's actually just do this, relax. Everybody take a deep breath, right? Hold your staff about the middle in front of you, right here, and then take your other hand, and you're going to take your hand like we talked about swing hands earlier, and just grab the hand, swing it across, hit the top of the stick, and then aim for the inside of your elbow. That's right. And so, Aaron, yes, change length. Right, exactly. Yes, you got it. That's the... Okay. Have a great day. Yeah.
Bye.
Enjoy. Okay, we'll talk soon. Yeah. See it. All right, so for Aaron, you can see if you change the stick, if I leave it longer here, when I do this, I have a longer length. If I leave it more here, there's a shorter length here, right? So this is one of the variables of the BIAN, is it changes. So yeah, that's snapping. So let's do everything up to this point. In fact, let's actually do something different first. Is block here, cast. Is if you take your stick in your right hand and you pull that right hand to your left hip, and then you take your left hand and you put it up here, and then step forward and just do that turning action. That's the one, is that flip. And if you have a bag, you're looking for something to hit. Yeah, don't hit the lamp, right? But yes, that's the feeling. And you can modify this all day long. The hand trick is pulling the lever, right? So this is one of the most basic. And try to keep this, by the way, so if Mark already knows this one, so try to keep this one inside your gate. So here, don't let the stick go way out here. My gate is right at the sideline of my structure. So yeah, it goes to there. Because then for the next one, we're going to get to the other side of the gate. So yeah, this is Cool. Let's go through. I'll try to go slow. See if you can follow. Salute. Ready. Block. Cast. And then this is the waba to set up to get into my elbow. Elbow. Right? Wait, how did we get here? Yeah, that's it. Okay, you had it there at the end. That's okay. Let's just keep working, right? So let's go back, reversing through those. We'll do the A and B from getting into the elbow and getting back out of it. So from the beginning, we're here. We have ready, block, cast, waba, and then step and fold it into your elbow. That's it. Good. And now this next one, okay, let's rewind before we go forward. If you step back and put the staff back at this angle here, right? Let's go through. Let's just do the form from the beginning. It will take some practice. So we're ready. We have a block, cast, waba, fold into the elbow. Let's go. Let's do that twice, two more times. So from here, ready, block, cast, waba, elbow. And then the next one, while you're here, is if you just allow your stick to go vertical while holding on to it. So like you're holding on here, and then take your upper hand and reverse it. So let go, turn it over, thumb facing down, and then I'm going to step forward and use this type of clubbing motion here. Right? So the hands, this is a weird one, right? The hands in this form for the smash, they're together, and we want to have the waba right up to the edge for this one. So for this, just do this. If you're just holding the stick, you can hold the small end, right? The head, this end, and make it flush with the base of your palm. And then take your other hand, and so that the thumbs are pointing towards each other. You can do like a golf ball or baseball size grip on the thing, and it's out to the side here. And then take the tall end and point it towards the ceiling. Other way. That's it. Feels kind of weird. But take this, and then I want you to imagine you're going to smash something this way. That's right. That's it. Okay? Smash. Good. So turn the whole, like my arms are a circle, and I have this stick that's coming off the end of the circle. So if I really turn the circle, the stick is really going to hit. That's the name for this movement in the Chinese is called za, and it literally means smash. So that's the next movement. So watch this. If I've gone, once I've gone into my elbow, I want to take the staff, turn it over, and smash it, and wind up in that same hand grip here. So there's a little bit of hand coordination that has to happen. If I'm here and I go into my elbow, now watch this. I let go with this hand and I catch. The momentum's already here, but I'm going to catch and pull it to smash here, right? So let's just do the two back to back. If you're holding it in the center and you flip it into your elbow, and then now it's all wound up. You feel all that wound pressure. Unwind it all the way to the smash. That's right. You got it. Yes. Do that 3 times. Right? So from here, holding the center. Flip it into your elbow. Whap! Unwind to smash. And the hands, yeah, it's weird, but it will become more natural and it will become effortless later. Right? So from the center, flip up, unwind and smash. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool one, right? It's good. Question, Mark. Yeah, go ahead.
I find it, thinking about the snacks at the end, that gives you a better thought for the orientation.
So there's no rule, and
With the heavy end.
yeah, there's no rule. In this particular one, in the first section, we're smashing with the heavy end. But if you remember, at the end of the second section, after iron fan, we have hook, hook, and then elbow, and then smash left and smash right. That does heavy end and soft end. And this becomes nuanced into if when you get into a club kind of situation where the one end is much heavier, do you really want to smash, apply power, or are you looking for speed to get the hit? Because if you're hitting somebody's hand, you don't need to crush it. You just, if one good hit with the stick, yeah, you know what that's going to do. They're dropping their weapon. They can't use that hand for a moment, and when you have that moment, you can go in. So it depends on if you want speed or power, and the BIAN gives us the ability to do both, right? Is we can turn the stick sort of shorter to get a faster one, or we can turn it longer to get a more powerful sweeping smash. But so let's review for Aaron. We'll do the postures, but this za smash is like a lunge, right? So like in like yoga or fitness, they have a lunge posture that looks like this. The knee is off the ground, and the stick is parallel. So we want it to be level as it can be. My thumbs facing each other in the center, right? Something like that. That's the smash. And actually, the legs are reversed for this one. So this is my left knee forward, and I have this out to my left side. Yeah, like that. Let's go back from the beginning, right? So so from the salute, we're ready. Block, cast, waba, fold into the elbow, unwind, smash. Sorry. Cast, waba. See, here's the thing. Waba to your other side, to your other, inside the other, yes. So that waba goes back there. That's right, you got it. Now that flips up, and then unwind the whole thing to the smash. Yes, that's it. But step your other foot forward. Let's try this. If I have this, and I'm facing this direction, and I step my right foot forward to do this elbow hit, I'm going to step my left foot forward to smash. Yes. Because there you can get your whole body. If I face this direction and if I use some momentum, if I smash here, right, you can, when you're coming across, get your whole body weight behind the hit, behind the thing. Yeah, cool.
It seems like it's just going from one side to the other side, to one side to the other side, right?
Yes, that's a lot of this stuff is, you can add it into routine, right? Yeah, go ahead.
And yeah, I can see that we don't go past our edges, right?
The gate, yeah. Yeah, that's all right. So that's good. That's and there's times when that changes, but for now, that's a good rule of thumb to keep doing. So let's go from the beginning again. We'll go slow. We're from the salute to ready, block, make the hands correct, and then cast. Waba into your left hip, and then fold it into your right elbow, stepping forward. And now unwind, step forward, and smash. Left foot forward. That's right. Yeah. And then we'll do this twice more, and then we'll add one more posture. Because you can see this on the videos, right? So we're here, ready, block, cast, waba, fold into the elbow, turn the stick, step forward, and smash. That's correct. And by the way, this one, when we're doing this for Mark and for Aaron alike, this smash, like, try not to have your elbows out here. This can be really, you see my arms are almost, and how I close this gap between my hands will also determine how the impact happens. That's more advanced. Let's go one more time, and then we'll add one more posture. So from the salute, ready, block, cast, waba into your left hip, fold into your right elbow, left step, smash down. And then the next one from here, when I'm in this za position, I'm going to waba again, my right hand going up to the fourth hand grip. And then I'm going to step up and forward, and my left hand is going to reach up the top this way. So my hands look like this. I have thumb down, and this other hand, just like at the beginning, scooping, cradling the baby, we're pulling up on the lever sort of this way. So let's review all of them together. So from the salute, ready, block, cast, waba, fold into the elbow, smash down, waba, step, and cut up. So what does this look like from the front? Is if I'm facing this direction, I'll just travel forward. Ready, block, cast, waba, fold into the elbow, smash, waba, cut up. This cut up comes up your center line and your opponent's center line. This one is meant, if you have, by the way, this BIAN is a super, super versatile form. The guy that teaches this, his name is Guo Naihui, and he's considered a weapons master. So he does BIAN and Miao Dao and stick, staff, all kinds of other knife stuff. They took down, I know that Mark got a chance to see it, they took down his cool video of him doing all that Tongbei Piwa, slicing people's heads off with his bare hands and stuff. Crazy, cool stuff. Anyway, so the stick, you can use it with a baton. You can use it with the walking stick is optimal. The Miao Dao, the big Chinese broadsword, is about the same size. So this one is like if you have a sword and you're holding at the top of the handle where the hilt is, and you're here and you're slicing up. You'd be slicing towards the center this way, but you're going to add one more feature, which is in addition to this slice, you have this other hand that's traveling just a little bit faster to pull this 1-2 lever combo, right? So if you take imagine you have a sword, right? Especially if you do 1, 2, 3, 4 hand grips on a regular size one, that's a Miao Dao length. And so here, if you turn the blade down, like you're cutting, you want to cut the other guy up the center. But now you're going to add this. This other hand comes in. And so, right, if you have this, and it's facing, I don't know if you can see this is a door, and the door is my opponent. It feels weird to have my elbow out there a little bit. But remember, I have a 3-foot blade. You have a 3-foot blade. And so here, you want to cut like this, like you're cutting up. But now, add the other hand. That's it. So this one, by the way, if you guys just stand here and hold it in front of you like this, yeah, it's a little awkward with this hand here, but just do this. Imagine the other guy's center line, and you have your stick, and you want to hit it right to the center line. So now, imagine if this is a blade, you can step up to your opponent, and if you have a blade, you can cut across their body, and you're using your whole body and all of this torquing with your hands as a weight to drag that blade across their armor. Yeah, go ahead.
Does the left hand become yang at the end of that form? Or is it switching from right hand yang to left hand yang?
Just for now, it does, and the hands can yin yang can change interchangeably. But for now, I'm going to say that the gripping hand is always just like the sword. We have in the Tai Chi sword form. There's some movements where we cut up with the back of the hand this way, cutting here, cutting like this. So this is a sword idea, is cutting here, and then in addition, I can add this whether I want to get like a nick, like I want to get this, if you get a sword moving with a lot of power, it can even nick through armor, right? So if you have a 1, 2, that extra shot at the end of it can do some damage. And so the same thing with the stick, even if somebody has something heavy on, if you hit it correctly. So this one is here. And the thing is, think of it as it's also covering your gait for your body as well. So if you have a big stick, you can here, and the stick is covering quite a bit. And we're going to get into what the next one is. So once we've done this cut up, the next one is waba, and we come back to another one of those blocks, just like the first section. But I think it's time. I think it's 11 if we got to go. So
we'll work on this and catch you in 6 months, and maybe I'll pick up the rest of the.
No, you can catch up quickly. This is a very short, very The trickiest thing is getting your mind around the hand tricks, and today you have some exposure, so when you watch, if you go back, I think I've been tagging all the BIAN ones. They're labeled as BIAN, but I think the newer ones have like a green or jade logo, so they're easy to find. Just play through a couple of those, mess around. This is really, really fun, and like I said, it's versatile. You can use this with a sword as well, and it turns out like really, it's a phenomenal looking form. So short, sweet, does everything you need. Yeah. Cool. All right, guys, let's actually do some kind of close. Allow your feet to touch. Thank you for coming out. And like I said in the other class, I'm going to take a brief hiatus, maybe till the end of the year. I need to get some new equipment, and I need to get set up where I can maybe film on the outside in nature, so something like that. In the meantime, keep practicing. Call me, text me, email me. I'll see you guys.
Thanks, Brian. Take care.
Thank you. Thanks, Mark.